Know your real edge and don't fake it. It is honorable for a man to admit his fears, resistance, and edge of practice. It is simply true that each man has his limit, his capacity for growth, and his destiny. But it is dishonorable for him to lie to himself or others about his real place. The more a man is playing his real edge, the more valuable he is as a good company for other men, and the more he can be trusted to be authentic and fully present. Pick an area of your life, perhaps your intimate relationship, your career, your relationship with your children, or your spiritual practice. For instance, you are currently doing something to earn a living. Where do your fears stop you from making a larger contribution to mankind, from earning a higher income, or from earning money in a more creative and enjoyable way? If you were absolutely fearless, would you be earning a living in exactly the same way as you are now? Your edge is where you stop short or where you compromise your fullest gift and instead cater to your fears. Have you lost touch with the fears that are limiting and shaping your income and style of livelihood? If you have deluded yourself and feel that you are not afraid, then you're lying to yourself. All men are afraid, unless you're perfectly free. If you cannot admit this, you're pretending to yourself and to others. Your friends will feel your fear, even if you do not. Thus, they will lose trust in you, knowing you are deluding yourself and lying to yourself, and are therefore likely to lie to them consciously or unconsciously. Or perhaps you are very aware of your fears, your fear of taking risks, or your fear of failing, or your fear of succeeding. Perhaps you are comfortable with your life, and you fear the lifestyle change that might accompany a change in career, even though the new career will be closer to what you really want to do with your life. Some men fear the feeling of fear and therefore don't even approach their edge. They choose a job they know they can do well and easily, and they do not even approach the fullest giving of their gift. Their lives are relatively secure and comfortable, but they are dead. They lack the aliveness, the depth, and the inspirational or energy that are signs of a man living at his edge. If you are this kind of man who is hanging back, perhaps working hard but not at your real edge, other men will not be able to trust that you can help them live at their edge and give their fullest gift. As an experiment, describe your edge with respect to your career out loud to yourself. Say something like, I know I could be earning more money, but I'm too lazy to put in the extra hours it would take. I know that I could give more of my true gift, but I'm afraid that I may not succeed, and then I will be a penniless failure. I've spent 15 years developing my career, and I'm afraid to let go of it and start fresh, even though I know that I spend most of my life doing things I have no real interest in doing. I could be making money in more creative ways, but I spend too much time watching TV rather than being creative. Honor your edge, honor your choices, be honest with yourself about them, be honest with your friends about them. A fearful man who knows he is fearful is far more trustworthy than a fearful man who isn't aware of his fear. A free man is free to acknowledge his fears without hiding them or hiding from them. Live with your lips pressed against your fears, kissing them without pulling back or aggressively violating them. Always hold on to your deepest realization. Eternity must be a man's home, moment by moment. Without it, he is lost, always striving and grasping at puffs of smoke. A man must do anything necessary to glimpse and then stabilize. This ever-fresh realization and organize his life around it. Make your life an ongoing process of being who you are at your deepest, most easeful levels of being. Everything other than this process is secondary. Your job, your children, your wife, your money, your artistic creations, your pleasures, they're all superficial and empty if they're not floating in the deep sea of your conscious being. How many hours today was your attention focused on the realm of changes, on events, people, thoughts, and experiences? And how often was your attention relaxed into its source? Where is your attention right now? Can you feel its source? Even for a moment, can you feel that which makes attention conscious and aware? Can you sense the deepest nature of attention? What happens when you simply, effortlessly allow attention to subside into its source? This source is never changing and is always present. It is constant, silent tone behind and pervading life's music. Feel as deeply into this source as possible, and then reapproach your work, intimacy, family, and creative efforts. When you make money, do so from this source. This source will reveal what happens to the details of your life when you live more consistently. Use aids to help you relax and create from this source. Read books that remind you of who you are in truth. Spend time with people who inspire you and reflect on the source of your inspiration. Meditate, contemplate, or pray every day to immerse yourself in the source. If you're like most men, you have strong habits that rivet your attention to the events and the tasks of the day. Days and nights fly by for years, and life slips through your fingers, your attention absorbed in the seeming world of necessary responsibilities. But all of it is empty if we do not live our responsibilities as expressions of our depth of being and hard truth. Know eternity, do whatever it takes, and from this depth of being, live the details of your life. But if you postpone the process of submerging yourself in the source for the sake of taking care of business first, your life will be spent in hours and days of business, and then it will be gone. All moments have the same intensity of clarity, completeness, and the humor when you meet each moment with your deepest realization. Remember, nothing that has ever happened has made any difference to who you are.